Good morning. So this is my last day at the Notch Hiker Hostel. We're staying in the tiny house. I have my doggy here. Say hi, Bob. Fritzy. This is Fritz. And he has been visiting along with my husband. And as I mentioned in some of my other entries, I've really been having issues with my knee and it was hurting really bad and I needed to get to a doctor, so that happened. So I went to the Alpine Clinic in Franconia, just here in the White Mountains, and they were fantastic. They got me in immediately for an MRI. The x-rays showed that I had like a little arthritis, but there wasn't any, like nothing, no stress fractures, nothing broken, anything like that. Unfortunately, I have a partial tear in my right ACL. So I got this giant thing that I need to wear. And since my husband's in here, we slack packed Moosilauke and the Kinsmans, so I'm technically done with the whites, but I still have 3 days left in New Hampshire, so to get to Hanover. So I decided that I'm going to continue on hiking injured, at least for the 3 days. So that's where we're at, and it's really disappointing. And yeah. This year, I think for many people in 2020, this year is not going the way it's planned. And I think specifically for hikers, nobody saw their through hike going the way it did. So whether they got off or whether they continued. But at the same time, I'm okay because I think I thought I'd have like a tramline, and I've been meeting lots of great people, but I definitely don't have that kind of group to hike with. And I think that was... it was important to me, but I did learn a lot. That I do like being around people more than I probably would admit that I do. And my backpacking skills are definitely improved. So I will check in from the trail and update you on how things are feeling. I slack packed without the brace. I didn't have it yet. So it'll be interesting. I haven't had any weight on my shoulders in 5 days. So when I put that extra weight on and then add the brace, I'm not really sure what to expect. So I will check in and see how it goes. This is Lonesome Lake. We're headed over right by the hut. And we have a nice walk today. It's fancy. I have a fun little hiking partner today. It's Colin, my husband.
Glad to be here.
Lonesome Lake hut. And we're just going to grab some water and head up to the Kinsmans. So not a lot of views, still a little cloudy. Hopefully it'll burn off by the time we get to the next peak. But congrats to Colin on his 4,000 footer for the first time out here in the Whites.
47 to go.
Alright, so Kinsmans are done. And we're getting some views finally, so check these out. So we're at the Cascades here, headed up Moosilauke. Yesterday was a long day, so in order to finish I stopped filming, just to keep things moving. It was almost 17 miles, which is my longest day for the SOBO stretch. And Colin did great, being he doesn't have trail legs. So this one is shorter, but obviously a much harder hike over Moosilauke versus the Kinsmans. But it's really my last official day in the Whites. And then a few days to Hanover, and I can cross New Hampshire off the list. So I'm going to enjoy my last day in the Whites, go nice and slow and make it count.
going Moosilauke, southbound, about a mile in.
So we're headed up Moosilauke over there, and after the Cascades, we got to the Beaver Brook Shelter. It was actually pretty easy peasy after that. It's been pretty much flat. I'll show you. So you can see the trail is not bad at all. Trail coming down Moosilauke was super easy. How was today's hike so far?
Today's hike was great coming down. It was rough going up.
No big deal.
Thru-hiker.
Working on it. Ah. In addition to hiking, we got to catch up with our old neighbors, Jim and Ron, and Cheryl and Janet, who have both located to the White Mountains. And we got to see Janet and Cheryl's beautiful property and enjoy some refreshments. And they made these adorable little appetizer platters. So we had our social distancing happy hour.